Hey guys, this is Deborah. What are you working on today? I am going to show you, so let me show you the last time we talked is I was working on zipper bags and I was hoping to get 5 sets of these together, large and small, but you know how when you think you have like a lot of days left and you're gonna, yes, I'm gonna get this done by Christmas because there's plenty of days, and then you find out there's not plenty of days. Things just start to go. So I have, speaking of, I have 2 family Christmases coming up, as I bet some of you have that or more, and I have one coming up starting this weekend. People start coming in on Friday. And then I have another one, of course, on Christmas, around those days. So I'm not going to get those bags done, but I've got backup gifts. One thing I always do when I am sewing anything for gifts for Christmas, which I love to do, but I do always have backups because sometimes it just doesn't get done. I find actually if I just work on them in the spring, then I know they're done, but that didn't happen this year. Maybe next year, but now I have to catch up on these. This is another thing that I'm going to be taking to, this is just a couple of the projects that I'm going to be taking with me to Florida, because that's what I'm really doing, is I'm now trying to figure out what are the items I'm going to take to Florida. So this was a piece of the Bozal foam, and it's that kind that's like really spongy, like this, and then just zoop, it goes right back. I've had it for months folded up on my shelf. I'm going to iron that out. But what I'm going to do with this is I've got a big square of it, and I want to make either a table topper or I'm not sure what, a table topper or maybe a zipper bag. I'm not sure what, but my idea is I love to do the big stitch and I love to do it really decoratively. I have this fabric and I thought that if I use this fabric, I thought it went really well with that nice green. And so I was going to decide, am I going to do like this on one side? I really like that idea. And then do different running lines and colors that go with this. You have to see, it's a beautiful metallic. And it's a Moda. But I only have this strip and it's long, but now I have to decide, do I want to piece that for this project? I'm gonna look around and see, maybe I've got another fabric that would go with this that I can throw in, because this would be a great thing to do in the car, for sure. And I like to have that. We are driving, so it's going to be a lot of hours in the car, which I don't mind, but especially when I have my sewing. So that's one of the things I'm thinking of taking. And then, so I just had this stuff come in. I'm starting to work on ideas and products for next year. That white's kind of, for next year, and if I can get it open. Every year when I do my quilt retreats, I like to have an entirely different group of products that I am showing. And so it's patterns, it's tools, and sometimes it's panels. And I just got this whole bolt, and it is a panel that kids can use with their cars. So we've seen different versions of these over the years. I thought this was really cute. And I'm trying to see how big is that panel where the repeat begins. Oh, good. They gave me a line where I can cut. Always helpful. So that looks like it is a little over a yard of a panel, which is good because that means I can make it 44. I'll bet you it's 40 inches, so that maybe even 44 inches, so that it is a nice big square that they can put on the floor like a play mat. But I'm going to do it up like a quilt, because then you can always take it with you as a quilt. Take it with you on a car, wrap. I'm thinking of my nephews, like if I'm just all over the place today. My grandsons, when they come to our house, they drive about 3 hours, and they're little. They're 6 and 3, almost 3, and they like to they like to have something to play with as soon as they get in the house, and we have some of the things for them. But this would be, I think, a nice car blanket to take with them, so that anywhere they go, they've at least got something they can play with when they get there, no matter what happens, and it also will keep them warm. So that's one of the things. I'm talking about different scrap quilts. One of the things that I absolutely love is Adidas Sitar. Now, I have this book, and it's not a new book, and but it has some of the most delicious traditional scrap quilts. And this one was actually printed in. I love Adidas Sitar. I love her things. This was printed in 2018, so not that old, but nice book. So I like to have certain books that are like my reference, so that I'm thinking, I need a scrap quilt. And here we go. One of the things that I was reading, I read all of your comments, and one of them was that someone was telling me when they have projects coming up, they like to put them on a bulletin board, I think she said, or up on the wall, as far as the ideas for the next quilt, or dream quilts, things you really want to make. I like that idea. I'm way far from being able to do that. I have too many. And with Pinterest, I have even more. So what I like to do, I like that idea if I could get that organized. Another idea that I like to do is on Pinterest, you can make the Pinterest boards so that you can have one that is, you know, future quilts, and then put the ideas you really, really want to make in there. I love Pinterest. I use it for lots of different collecting of images, so that when I'm ready to make a quilt, it's one of the places I can go, again, for inspiration to kind of think about new projects. These days, thinking about new projects is not my problem. My problem is getting them finished. And when I am down there, I have a whole different sewing room. It's really not even a room. It's you may have remember, it is a small bedroom, and I don't have lots of fabrics and things. In fact, after the hurricane, I had none. So now my plan, at least for the next few years, is when I leave in spring, I will take everything home. And that's what I did last year, because I don't want to keep throwing things out if we keep having hurricanes. When I get down there, anything I take with me, I have to take everything. And honestly, I have to do this quickly, because we're going to be trying to go in just a few days, shortly after the holidays. And so I don't have a lot of time to get things together, and it takes me time to think, do I have everything for this? Do I have everything for that? But I can tell you that I have plenty of things to look for, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna turn you around if I can. So these are the places where I keep my projects. Now I know, that's a mess, but everything in here is another project. This is a bin, there we go. It's full of probably 6 different projects. I've got them stuffed in along here. This is a project. I might take that one. I have them in bags. That's one that's panels that I wanted to take. I do have this, I think I have that fabric, so I wanted to make it as a sample, but I don't know yet if that's what I want. I have some of this, which I think is delicious, and this would just be for me. In fact, I think this is going. This is fabric that is printed with the sashiko pattern. And you could use it just like this and make pillows. It divides it into 4 squares of 4 different patterns. So you're looking at one square right there at the bottom. Great for pillows or a quilt. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try putting some stitches with white sashiko thread onto this and see how it looks. I think I'm gonna like it, but I'm really not sure. So, here's another thing that needs to be finished. Yep, that's a baby quilt that I haven't got the binding on. So, dreaming up things is not my problem. So, I have a couple questions for you. What are you working on? And also, how do you decide which UFO you're going to work on next, because I really need some advice. All right, take care.